How many people can you draw crowds like I drew today? You find many more enthusiastic than today? Huh?
I mean, I don't think you want to play the crowd game. Donald Trump can draw big crowds.
Welcome back to American First. Tonight, we've got a hot scoop on President Joe Biden's first televised interview since his awful debate performance last week. And trust me, you don't want to miss this one. Biden sat down with George Stephanopoulos on ABC News to address the aftermath of his debate debacle with Trump. Spoiler alert, some folks on both sides of the aisle are calling for him to step down, and you can even feel it from the interviewer, a Democrat.
Say you were exhausted, and I know you've said that before as well, but you came, and you did have a tough month, but you came home from Europe about 11 or 12 days before the debate, spent 6 days in Camp David. Why wasn't that enough rest time, enough recovery time?
Because I was sick. I was feeling terrible. Matter of fact, the docs with me, I asked them, they did a COVID test because they were trying to figure out what was wrong. They did a test to see whether or not I had some infection, a virus. I didn't. They just had a really bad cold.
Nobody believes that he only had a cold, maybe a cold with dementia. Then the interviewer brought up the time when Biden said, "Watch me."
I guess the question, the problem is here for a lot of Americans watching is you've said, going back to 2020, watch me, to people who are concerned about your age. And Americans watch that debate. It seemed to confirm fears they already had.
Well, look, after that debate, I did 10 major events in a row, including till 2 o'clock in the morning after that debate. I did events in North Carolina. I did events in Georgia. Did events like this today. Large crowds, overwhelming response, no slipping. And so I just had a bad night. I don't know why.
It's more like a bad 4 years. He then went on to try to gaslight us when it was pointed out how major liberal media outlets could notice his decline.
New York Times had a headline on July 2nd, Biden's lapses are said to be increasingly common and worrisome. People who have spent time with President Biden over the last few months or so said the lapses appear to have grown more frequent, more pronounced, and after Thursday's debate, more worrisome. By many accounts, as evidenced by video footage, observation, and interviews, Mr. Biden is not the same today as he was even when he took office 3.5 years ago, the Washington Post and the Wall Street Journal.
Biden then went on to talk about irrelevant things that had nothing to do with the question.
Lately, today, just announced 200,000 new jobs. We're moving in a direction that no one's ever taken on. I know you know this from the days in the government. I took on Big Pharma. I beat them. No one said I could beat them. I took on all the things we said we got done. We were told we couldn't get done. And part of it is what I said when I ran was I want to do 3 things. Restore some decency to the office. Restore some support for the middle class instead of trickle-down economics built from the middle out and the bottom up. The way the wealthy still do fine, everyone does better. And unite the country.
But what have...
Oh, good grief.
I think America's on the cusp of breaking through in so many incredible opportunities.
Speaking of opportunities, we have one for you.
I want to take a moment to talk about the volatile financial times we're in and how you can empower yourself with knowledge. Visit birchgold.com/AmericanFirst to get a free information kit. You can learn how to shift your 401k retirement account into a tax-sheltered gold and silver account. So go to birchgold.com/AmericanFirst or the link in the description below and take action for a secure future.
After he rambled on and on about his accomplishments, he let us know that he isn't willing to take a cognitive test, something he asked Trump to do years ago.
Would you be willing to undergo an independent medical evaluation that included neurological and cognitive tests and release the results to the American people?
Look, I have a cognitive test every single day. Every day I have that test. Everything I do. Not only am I campaigning, but I'm running the world.
So, no test because he's running the world daily is more than enough. Got it. The one thing that shocked all of us was his next statement when asked, will he quit if he can't win?
I mean, if the Lord Almighty came down and said, out of the race, I'll get out of the race, the Lord not coming down.
Not sure what kind of Christian says what he said, but in Matthew 24:36, it says, but of that day and hour, no one knows, not even the angels of heaven, but my Father only. This interview should have concerned people even more that he's not fit to be president. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.